Hey drone friends, this is Adam at UAV Coach and Drone Pilot Ground School. Happy Friday and welcome to our Drone Weekly News Roundup. I have 3 stories to share with you this week. Our first story will cover how the FAA's remote ID requirement goes into effect in about a month. Our second story talks about how China will soon be restricting civilian drone exports. And finally, we'll discuss Zipline announcing partnerships surrounding prescription deliveries. Also, here are some job listings in the drone industry this week for anyone interested. Virtual Technology Simplified is seeking a drone pilot in Columbus, Ohio. InfoObject has an opening for a drone pilot in Gilroy, California. PG&E Corporation is in search of a senior unmanned remote pilot in Concord, California. And finally, Sprite is currently looking for a remote UAS pilot based in Oregon. With that said, let's fly in. Although we've been bringing this topic up a few times in the past couple of months, it's important to discuss and reanalyze as the deadline quickly approaches for the FAA's remote ID requirements to kick in. And again, this applies to both recreational and commercial pilots. The only exception to the remote ID requirement are drones that weigh less than 0.55 pounds that will be flown for recreational purposes only. There are 3 options for compliance. Use a remote ID capable drone, attach a remote ID broadcast module to a drone that doesn't have it built in, or operate a drone without remote ID within an FAA-recognized identification area or FRIA. With the first option, all drones made after September 16, 2022 are supposed to be compliant, but it's important to confirm that the drone you buy is actually compliant since some companies are behind. Also, some older drones can be made compliant via a firmware update. As with the second option, if you have an older drone that doesn't have remote ID and that can't get it via a firmware update, you'll need to buy a broadcast module and attach it to your drone to be compliant. 2 broadcast modules to consider are the Drone Tag Mini and the Drone Tag Beacon. Remote ID comes into effect September 16th, and if you're more curious about it, we are releasing an in-depth video all about remote ID shortly, so be on the lookout for that. Our next story talks about how Chinese drones, including some of the top DJI models, may soon be hard to find. The country recently announced restrictions on exports of long-range civilian drones, citing concerns that its drones may be converted for military purposes in the war in Ukraine. Restrictions will apply to drones with flight times of more than 30 minutes, drones with attachments that can throw objects, and drones that weigh more than 0.5 pounds or 7 kilograms. We don't know exactly what the impact on consumer drone availability will be in the US, but if you've been thinking about buying a Chinese drone, you may want to go ahead and pull the trigger now. And finally, medical drone delivery company Zipline recently announced a partnership with OhioHealth to begin home deliveries of prescriptions by drone in Columbus, Ohio. Drones will also deliver lab samples and supplies between OhioHealth facilities. The deliveries will be fully autonomous using Zipline's new Platform 2 for the final step of dropping off packages. To make a delivery, a Zipline drone flies overhead at 300 feet, helping reduce noise. Once at the destination, the delivery drone lowers a small droid, which then makes the drop-off. Zipline projects that it will be able to make deliveries to 2 million people in the Columbus area by 2025. All right, that's all we have for this week. As always, check out the links below to read more about each story. Also, show us some love by subscribing to our channel and liking this video. And now I'll pass it off to you. What do you think about China restricting exports on certain drones? And what do you think about Zipline's interest in delivering prescriptions? Comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, be on the lookout for our in-depth remote ID video soon. I hope you all have a great weekend, and to all of our drone pilots out there, blue skies and safe flying.